In a world of viral videos, tweets, and social media beatdowns that disconnect us from messy and necessary work of sustained discourse, we aim to create magical moments of sublime understanding. Talking to a tapestry of friends working in diverse and inspiring places, in diverse and inspiring jobs, we aim to connect your neural synapses and explore new worlds. Today on Synaptic Explorer is Dr. Paromita Goswami. We are having someone who 10 years ago worked on deconstructing religious terrorism in the United States. With the recent violent attack on the Capitol, she is that one person I absolutely wanted to talk to on my first episode on my very new podcast. So welcome, Dr. Paromita. I'm not used to calling you Dr. Paromita. I should probably not. Yeah. I've known Paromita since 2011. We were both at the University of Pittsburgh. I was a Heinz Foundation Fellow. You were the AAUW Fellow. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Okay. And Paro, as I've known, has soon become more than a friend. And, you know, we've shared a lot of interesting conversations and debates. I'm truly inspired and I'm truly honored. And, you know, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming and doing this first episode. It's such a boost for me. And like I said in my introduction, we do live in a world where memes have become the topic of the day. So we will talk about her book, her wonderful book that I can't get a hold of in the United States in a moment's notice. But we'll talk a little bit about your book, a little bit about your experience, and why you did what you did. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to read out this long, very long LinkedIn profile she has. So give me a moment. Okay. So she's currently in Shiv Nada University. She's professor of marketing and social innovation. She's associate professor. She's also the director. She was the director of Insights and Realization, something I really want to talk to her about. And like I said, she was an international postdoctoral fellow at the University of Pittsburgh. She was also an associate professor and previously at the Xavier Institute of Management. But interestingly, her education is quite intriguing. So she went to University of Calcutta. Then she went to BITS Pilani, which is a very important university in India for people in India would know. She got her PhD in consumer behavior. And then she came to University of Pittsburgh. She did a course, I think we'll talk about that, at the International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. And also somewhere there, I read she did creative writing from UCLA too. So there you go. You're pretty big bio on LinkedIn. So welcome. I'm going to dive in. My first question to you is obviously, how did this whole thing happen from marketing? You know, and when you think about marketing, you think about business marketing and stuff like that. How did that come about? This whole deconstruction of peace? Tell me a little bit about how that came about.
Yeah, so thank you for having me, Maithili. It's such a pleasure. And we are connecting, I think, after a very long time, like face to face after a very long time. Of course, we have been connected otherwise through social media, thanks through social media. I think we are having this conversation after a long time. And I remember when we were in Pittsburgh, we used to have these long, heated arguments and discussions about everything under the sun, basically, yes, and the moon and the stars. It's wonderful, you know, talking to you again. Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of, and I really the area of consumption. So that is what I look at. And in 1971, my mentor for my postdoctoral work, Professor Jerry Zoltman, he and Professor Philip Kotler, who is supposed to have authored his book is said to be the Bible of marketing. So they authored a book, an article in Journal of Marketing in 1971, which talks about a domain of marketing called social marketing. And social marketing is about using commercial marketing principles for social good. So that is basically, so there is a domain of marketing which looks at things like in which you can use commercial marketing principles to. So you have on the one hand behavioral economics, which came much later, but social marketing was there since 1971, primarily used in the area of public health, but it can be used in other areas as well. So that is, so therefore we do have a connection, you and I, because your degree is in health, your master's degree is in public health. So therefore, that gave me an idea that, and India, as you know, there has been many, violent attacks, which is said to have been anchored in, so to say. So that one of the reasons that I thought that why can't we use? And in fact, in Kotler's that seminal article, he writes, why can't we sell brotherhood like soaps? So, that is something that he said way back in 1971. So I basically took up that, do about. So that was basically the motivation. So there was a grounding in my discipline. So it is not that I was completely coming up with some. There has not been a lot of work from the discipline of marketing. That is kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. So why did you choose peace? Like, I totally get it. Social marketing is like a big deal in public health right now, as even when I was studying and stuff. But why peace? What made you do that? Post September 11, everything was so much more intense, right? So I want to understand why the United States and why the subject you chose.
Yeah. So that is something